A short hike makes me understand why people enjoy games like Animal Crossing. The calm serenity of nature, the appreciation of the mundane, the frustration of fishing. In a landscape where video games tend to be massive in size and extremely energetic, it can be real nice to play something more dialed down. If the name isn't obvious enough as to what this game is about, then the game itself will nail it down for you. The technical goal of the game is to reach the top of Hawk Peak, a goal in which, if you were a speedrunning maniac, you could complete in a couple of minutes. But if you take your time to experience everything, or you're an idiot like me, there's a lot more to do in the game than just climb a mountain. Hawk Peak itself is small in scale, but really vast in scope. When you start off, you're not given a map or any indication as to where you are and where you're gonna go. And if you talk with one of the people near White Coast Trail, they'll give you a compass, which basically just points north and south. It doesn't really do much as a means of finding your way around, and that's mainly because the game is designed to be easily navigated by yourself. As you meet new people and find new places, you begin to quickly learn where everything is on the island. Your brain begins to recognize the map so efficiently you can tell exactly where you are and where to go. This kid wants to race me to the top of the mountain, but I guess he hadn't heard about these mining tunnels. What's that? You want a rematch? Sure, chump. Wait, what the fuck? The enjoyment of the game doesn't really come down from getting to the end, but it's much more about the journey, the experience that makes this game so good. Starting off with the biggest thing you'll be noticing, the game's presentation. The visual side of things is pretty great. It's got this pixelated three-dimensional style that gives the game terrific personality, as well as just make it all the more amazing to look at. But where the game truly shines is in the audio department. Here's an example. You're wandering along your path, the cheerful yet relaxing music accompanying you when you find a little pond to fish in. You pull out your fishing rod, you cast your line, and then you wait. This is pure genius. The music fading out and eventually leaving you with the sounds of the woods as you wait to catch a fish. It's such a small detail, but it's just fantastic. The game's soundtrack is incredible, but what makes it absolutely perfect is that it's subdued to allow for the sounds of the outdoors to blend into it, accompanying the rhythmic tunes with the sounds of wind, rolling waves, the rushing water from streams, the chirping of birds. Wait a minute, hold on just 1 second here. Whether you're climbing, fishing, flying, or just wandering around, the game's audio is always doing a balancing act between the soundtrack, the sound effects, and the ambience, and it just works so masterfully. It makes Hawk Peak feel alive and natural. But along with the forests, hiking trails, and rivers, there are also people too. The characters in A Short Hike have a lot of personality, although most don't have names, and you'll probably forget the names of the people who do, but I can look past that, mainly because interacting with everybody is just incredibly enjoyable. I could go on a long tangent about all the interactions you can have, like helping someone pay their tuition, having a race to the top of Hawks Peak, finding someone's camping permit that a fish swallowed, helping an artist gain their confidence in their artwork. But instead, I wasted a full hour finding every fish in the game for this guy's fishing journal, only to be rewarded with a golden fishing rod that can catch more rare fish, as some kind of cruel joke on my entire existence. Also, I got a basketball cap for beating the world record in beach stickball. The long and short of it is A Short Hike is a game about taking enjoyment from the things you've experienced. But it's also a game about taking comfort and pulling back from the stresses of life. Not really escaping from them, but learning to appreciate the little things. Maybe enough to where you might want to go outside. Except for the fact there's a fucking pandemic going on, so maybe don't do that.